and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young.
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young.
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Shalom alaikum.
Young TV.
Stephanie. Come on, Steph. What you doing? You better accept that. I accepted your request. You better pop up. Come on in. You're the next contestant. Chiefing with the chief.
Hey,
Can you hear
can
me?
you see me?
Nope, I can't see you. I don't know if the people can see you. If y'all can see her, can y'all give me a 1? I can't see her.
I can see you though. Hey,
Okay.
how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm fine. Hey, I have just a quick question. Um, you did a talk with B. Dell and that other gentleman.
We have spirituality.
Yeah, you were talking about who you thought were particular Star Wars characters in the great drama type of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, oh, there it is. Now you can see me. All right. So I was curious, you were listing off different ones, and you had listed, you had said something about Yoda, and then the conversation moved and you didn't finish it. So I was wondering who you thought Yoda was.
Yoda is supposed to be Tahuti.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes sense, I guess, since he has all the wisdom and everything. I just thought it was odd that you were breaking down Star Wars characters in that conversation.
Yeah.
That was it. Huh?
They use theater in order to tell you the same stories with slight variations in the story. We call those variations exaggerations.
Well, I know that Billy Carson had listed the Terror Papers as something that was talking about the Jedi actually being real people.
Yeah.
But I haven't read that yet, so.
Yeah.
So I was just curious.
That was a priestly order out of
The
Kenya.
Jedis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Named after the Jed pillar.
Which transfers consciousness, correct?
The Jed pillar is a energy balancing. It's like scanning yourself with a CAT scan, EKG, EEG, and all that stuff at the same time, and then correcting where the area frequency wise.
Kind of like what Reiki masters do? with
Yeah, but
the
only if they Reiki masters, what's called Reiki masters,
mhm.
was able to use the jet pillar to amplify whatever they can do using the regular Reiki.
Okay, that makes sense because they use tools now that are similar in terms of like the I can't remember what they're called, but they're like a prong or something. Okay.
The tuning forks.
Yeah, tuning forks. Yeah.
Yeah. So the tuning fork is just to find the frequency that
Two
they want to
bucks.
attune to. The
Okay.
jet pillar is to amplify the effect of whatever form of Reiki they're doing. It's like putting a kicker box in your car versus having two 6x9s in your back.
Right.
Now you turn it up. You got two 15s, 1,000 watt amp, a set of tweeters, mid ranges, and you got a whole broader, more full spectrum of sound. So the jet pillar is an amplifier for the energy that the Reiki masters is utilizing to give them more control, and they're able to do what we call it today orthoscopic surgery.
Right.
It was the same principle, but it's all energy, no scalpel.
I think it's funny that you mentioned 15s because I used to have some in a custom box in my hatchback.
What kind of
I
hatchback
like
you
that
have?
example. Huh?
What you had, a Chevette?
No, I had a Toyota Celica,
Oh
and I
yeah,
had a
them
guy
was
build a
notorious.
custom box for me. So we have
Everybody,
15s back there. Huh?
everybody with a Celica had booming systems and louvers on the back window and ground
Boom.
effect kits.
I had, the extra speakers in the back there, my CD changer, the whole thing. So I like that example. All right, well that I don't want to hold you up or anything. I was just curious about that.
Okay, sweetie. Thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah. I gotta talk to my brother. I ain't talked to him in a minute. Ball family truth. He's dropping jewels in his posts. What's up, Big Chief?
Man, you the big chief, man. What's going on?
Just
You
taking
the,
it easy.
you the big chief, man. What's happening?
Ain't nothing, just trying to wake people up, answer a few questions here and there, and see how I can reach the most people effectively.
No, you ain't trying, chief. You ain't trying, comrade. You doing this shit, my nigga. Yeah, come on now.
Shit, you good. Your post be good assistance. Scotty
Well,
Pippen. I'll be Michael Jordan. You be Scotty Pippen. We play
go
that
ahead.
game.
Well, go ahead and throw that lay up there, man. I got it. I got it. Yes, sir. Man, I ain't rap with you in a minute, chief.
Yeah, man. How you been down there?
It's okay, man. You seen how crazy it is down in the M town, man. Like you said before, Memphis is Memphis, and it's different. Goddamn
And
it.
look, Memphis wear their heart on their sleeve. You can't come down there with no BS, or you're gonna leave out in the box.
You
I
better know it, my
guarantee you
nigga.
that.
You better know it. Cause look, we might fight in war amongst each other, but you can't come here with that bullshit.
No. Memphis is critical to this awakening too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, it's a tribal metropolis that's as ancient as the Americas.
Right. I
You know?
sent you the post on it, man. Did you get a chance to look at it? I know you get so much shit.
I don't know. I haven't been able to check my Instagram mail in a couple of weeks because it'll when I try to scroll down, it'll pop back to
Right.
the top. It won't let me check my Instagram mail.
Man,
But
check that out, man, because I broke down, I ain't break it down, but I put the idea together about how this spot was the mound builder's main spot. And the
so
Mississippians, and I tied it to the Mississippians like you did. It's
yeah,
nice. Check the post out if you get a chance.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna share it too.
Right.
Share it too. But it's
Look at
a
it.
connection. So when you talk about the three cities of Kemet, Heliopolis is the city of the sun. That's LA,
Yes, sir.
right? Then you had Thebes. That's the city of Thieves. That's Chicago. And
Right.
then
Which
you
I,
had Memphis. And it's straight up Memphis, and there ain't no change in Memphis. Memphis is as Memphis is.
I'm telling
Flat
you
out.
that.
They
Maybe
not gonna
different, man.
sugarcoat it for you. They gonna tell you exactly how it is, and then you gonna have to figure it out from there. Because if you make the wrong move, turn down the wrong block, you gonna come up in my
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you
A.
now.
You know,
I,
and I don't even live in Memphis, but I know when I go down there how to respect the people from the town.
yeah, I see some pilots giving me some shout out. Hey, Orange Mound forever, baby. This Orange Mound over here, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
My Memphian folks.
yeah. That's why when I be talking and I address certain areas, the people know that I know what I'm talking about because I don't live there and I'm explaining their culture, how they live on a day-to-day basis. They're like, you know exactly what he's talking about, and he don't live here.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
that's part of knowing the cultures on the land. Reading the signs. That's why when I used to talk to the elders and I used to ask them questions, they the ones that told me to pay attention to the differences in the cities. But they didn't tell it to me like that. They gave me like a innuendo.
Okay.
Right. So like my father took us to my sister went to the military, she graduated. We went to her graduation in graduated from what's the name of that shit?
School.
I forgot what it's called. But we ended up going down there to it was in Alabama, it was Huntsville.
Oh, okay.
So it's a military base right outside of Huntsville. And that's when my sister graduated. So when we got there, I didn't know why my father got me talking to all these old people. I don't know these people. You don't either. Why do I got to talk to all these old people? And I'm the only one you make me talk to them.
Yes, sir. I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So when you go talk to the elders, they tell you stuff about the culture from their area, right? Sometimes you meet them when you catch a bus somewhere. It'd be an old head catching the bus. He might be taking a short trip, and you just on there long enough for him to give you a couple of clues about where he's from.
Man, y'all listen to what this man saying. He told y'all he not from here, but he talking about something I actually went through. I was around nothing but the elders when I was little. I was a little scrub running around here, 11, 10, 12 years old, but I hung around the old folk. And they taught me the game, man. Real talk.
Yeah. And that's how you know the ones that was picked in the family that's gonna be a chief because they the little kids is always stuck up under somebody's grandmama or grandpa.
Yes, sir.
And the rest of the kids get to go spend the night over Uncle Johnny's house and have all the fun, but I gotta stay here with these snuff different elders.
You hear me? Drinking Coca-Colas all damn day.
Yeah. Talking mad trash, playing Tonkin spades.
That's how I learned to slap them motherfuckers, Chief.
Yeah.
But there's a wide history. It's a lot. Hey, it's a lot. If Mississippi could talk, it would have a whole lot to motherfucking say, man. You hear me?
And I'm the voice of Mississippi right now, and I'm telling you, everybody that on the land, so y'all know we ain't never went nowhere.
We ain't went no motherfucking where. Been right here, ancestor through ancestor, generation through generation. No matter how fucked up we are, we still here.
Yeah.
10 toes down.
Mississippi. Some of it, like I'm Mississippi clay dirt walking, but you hear them folks in Alabama, they say I'm Alabama clay dirt walking. We know what's
Shit.
going on. The ones from Georgia talking about they Georgia clay dirt. They know the whole South got that clay dirt.
They already know. My mama used to tell me the story, Rod, that they used to be out there making them pies and shit with that clay, eating that sweet dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Man, nigga, talking about eating what? Magnesium, manganese, zinc, vitamin K. You hear me? Not to mention the gases of the universe.
Yep, it's all in that clay dirt.
It's
Clay
in
dirt.
it.
They used to eat that clay dirt. They never get sick.
And they didn't. Cheap. This man bagging it up. I'm telling you, man, they didn't get sick. My grandmama didn't even have a motherfucking refrigerator and lived to 80-something years old, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Eating that dirt, eating that clay, and eating that sun, eating them watermelons.
It's also a detox. It's also drawing out the heavy metals. The clay dirt is a magnet for heavy metals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Especially
they,
copper, right?
all the heavy metals is like iron, aluminum, the
Okay,
stuff that
heavy
you don't
metals. I
want a
got it.
whole lot. You don't want the wrong isotope.
Yes, sir.
The ones that make the body break down, right, causes the nerve cells to misfire because they set up when you can't metabolize it, to settle at the ending of the nerve cells.
Now
So
you telling me something now.
that's electrical current production. You get too much heavy metals, it blow out neurons, nerve cells.
This was causing people to have numbness and shit like that in their
Yeah,
body.
fibromyalgia.
Right.
Fibromyalgia is an imbalance in electrolytes. Your
Look at that.
electrical body is not properly firing. Roll the corn, baby, roll the corn. Somebody said roll the corn. You know, the corn is sacred to the tribes all over the land.
Yes, sir.
That's why
And
you
they
can
had,
grow corn anywhere in the Americas. And you'll
yes,
get
sir.
the sweetest, bestest corn.
That's what they grew me up in. My godparents, they were sharecroppers. They had corn stalks in the neighborhood, my nigga. You hear me? Had corn stalks in the neighborhood. That's how I learned how to shuck corn and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, they used to put it with the pit masters. You know, Juneteenth used to be our barbecue season for the tournaments that the big mamas used to hold all throughout the South. They told us it had something to do with freeing slaves so they could monetize it. It got nothing to do with freeing slaves. The Juneteenth day was counted backwards from the solstice, the summer solstice, right? And when they get to a certain day before that, that's when they butcher the cattle. Back then, we was butchering elk, moose, and bison, but when the European came, we started butchering cows and pigs. And then they was barbecuing for about a week straight. And that's why Juneteenth covers from the 13th to the 19th with an undetermined date.
But ain't that Juneteenth shit some bullshit though?
That's what I was just explaining to you.
Right, okay.
I was explaining to you where it came from, how they was
Right.
commoditizing our culture, tying it to some slave liberation bullshit.
Right.
All right. Then we had the different strains of what we call ruby corn. Right. You had the different colors of the different stones was the color of the different corns, which represented a different tribe. Every tribe, all of the Southwest tribes had their own colorful strain of corn.
Damn, that's where them multicolored corn come into play at.
Yeah, yeah. That
Ain't
was
there
all
some
part
shit?
of the festivals or festivities for that period of time leading up to the summer solstice when we was doing the cooking of the barbecue and the pit masters, the pitman family.
Right. Right.
Right? They the ones dig the trench, put the wood in the trench. Back then, they wasn't using charcoal. They would
No.
use a chunk of coal and a whole bunch of wood.
Whole bunch of damn wood, especially that goddamn like what is it? The tree, the pecan tree,
Mm-hmm.
walnut tree. Man, put a
Yeah.
taste in that shit, man.
You have the oak tree,
The oak too, yeah,
you have the cherry wood.
man.
And you know,
Ooh-wee.
that's where the name Pittman come from, because that was the family they used to win most of the time. They
Yes, sir.
became known as the Pitmen.
Show
Pit
was.
masters.
Show,
They
right?
was barbecuing pit masters.
Man, back in the day, there was the biggest shit going on in Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Chief. Shit. Well, you know some shit that don't nobody know you know that shit. Come on with it.
Yeah,
Man, yeah. So people need to get up off of that shit, Chief. That old celebrating that damn Juneteenth shit, man. You know.
no, it was already our shit before it was a Juneteenth. We was already doing it. That's how they was using it to monetize it, because we gonna keep doing what we always been doing. They just got to figure out how to get the money out of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The way that they doing it, we ain't doing our own thing and taking care of our own
Wow.
business.
It's supposed to be the family reunion season because everybody's
Absolutely.
supposed to leave with a sizable portion of the cooked meat, the
As
smoked
opposed
meat.
to
That's
right,
supposed
as
to,
opposed to European holidays, that's our shit.
yep. So that was to carry them through the summer.
Till the summer solstice.
And that was to last until the fall equinox. When you come in, what they call Halloween, that was pumpkin harvest. That's why the pumpkin is synonymous with Halloween. Because we
Yeah.
used to have at the pumpkin harvest, we used to have the kids go out, pick the pumpkins, pick the corn and all that. And then we have a big cooking festival at the end of it. That was the pumpkin harvest was held on October 31st on the Gregorian calendar. But we
Right.
didn't count it. We didn't never count it from the Gregorian calendar perspective until the European came. We counted it from where's the fall equinox. Because we harvesting crops. The last harvest or the conclusion of the pumpkin harvest, because it started on the October 31st and it lasts all through November until the turkey hunt come in. The turkey hunt is to honor the new chief. They turned it into Thanksgiving and told us it
Right.
was a Christian holiday, but ain't nowhere in the Bible where it talk about a Thanksgiving dinner.
No, sir.
That we was already doing that. That's why they was able to slaughter us on Black Friday. We doped up on marijuana, alcohol, and tryptophan from all that turkey.
Tripping out.
Yeah. The tryptophan is like a sedative that's in the meat of the turkey.
Right. Right.
Right. But we didn't have an issue with it before the Europeans decided to slaughter us the day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not the problem. It's a continuation of something we already did, rebranded under the colonizers'
Colonizer.
control system.
Right.
They took our culture, fed it back to us, and renamed it, so we don't know that they really talking about something we already did. Even if you go to the Thanksgiving narrative as they give it to us, they tell us the natives invited the colonists to a feast.
Cold game.
They tell us. We already was doing it, or else we wouldn't have been inviting no colonists there. The purpose of the feast, because after you get done with the feast, this is when you pass out the preserved food for the winter,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you have all the way, the last shipment went out on the winter solstice. They gave us Christmas on the winter solstice to monetize something we already did.
Something we already doing. Cold game, man. And
We
look, it ain't no different, Rod, from what this is stories being retold, right? The commissions did the same thing, letting the motherfucking Hyksos in. Am I right?
The Hyksos was the Tama who made in Egypt. They didn't let him in. They bred him.
Well, who was that they let in with great good tidings, and they got tricked by these motherfuckers?
No, they didn't get tricked by the. This is what happened. You talking about the Hyksos, but
Okay.
the Hyksos was part of the breeding program of the Egyptians, right? They was called Tamahu in the writing, and then
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
the Pharaoh began to marry or take into his harem the women from the Tamahu.
From the time.
Same thing the Moors did in Europe.
Yeah.
And they produce
Yeah.
offspring. And if the prime wife don't have children, then the concubine's children be in line for the throne. That's how the Hyksos married into power and took over. That's the story, I think that's the story of Esther in the Bible. The Jewish lady who convinced the king to protect her people.
Yeah.
And then her
Yeah.
people ended up taking over. I think it's the story of Esther, if I ain't mistaken.
Right. That's the one they go by in the Eastern Star.
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
it's telling you the history. Right.
Right.
So when you look at a Khazarian is a Tamahu and a Moor.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that they didn't know is the Tamahu was from Earth. So they had more Earth rights than the Moor that ain't from Earth.
Look at that. Look at that shit. Ooh wee.
So they needed to figure out how to control the Earth. So they used the byproduct. They couldn't make them full royalty. So what did they do? They made them put them over to finance. That's how they became bankers, Rothschild bankers.
Now that's these dirty Moors that you're talking about right now, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The righteous one had nothing to do with it, but he had to suffer. The good had to suffer with the bad. It's a side effect to that though, because the good that's suffering with the bad is building up pre-karma. That means that when the bad ones get their karma, we get everybody's reward.
Look at that shit. Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was a rainbow, but I know it was a nasty goddamn trick.
God damn, Rod. Damn.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna take two more people, man, and I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay, Rod, man. Appreciate it. It's good talking with you again, cuz, and we'll wrap
Always,
again.
man. Always. You know, me and you
Yeah,
get to talking, we done left everybody out.
man. I want to talk some other shit, but look. Like I told you before, when you get ready to come to the end town, I got you, cuz. You hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll be down there soon.
Yes, sir. All
I
right.
can't tell you when. I know it'll be after July.
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
free
But
after that.
yeah, we need to see what's finna happen after 4th of July or some shit like that first anyway. Ain't
Yeah, well, you got a couple of critical dates to look for a significant event on.
mm,
The 4th, the 6th, and the 19th.
wow. Okay.
But whatever the event is, it's gonna be like lighting a fuse to something that's gonna transpire between September and October. That's when the big stuff gonna go down.
Look at that shit, man. Look at that. See that energy of I ain't trying to pat my back, but you know how much shit we done hit just in this little short time we've been rapping.
You know what?
I said I know in this short time that we've been rapping, we done hit too many bullets, too many points.
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir. All right, Rod. Appreciate that, man.
all the time, man, all the time. Organic section. Somebody posted a question for me to answer. Can you speak on the land of DC? It's not DC no more. That's all I can tell you. It ain't DC no more. Um, I already went over enough DC stuff. Yo,
Hello.
hey there, how you doing?
Hi there. Can you hear me? Can you see
I
me?
can hear you. I can see you.
Okay. All
Looking
right,
cute as
good.
you want to be. Looking cute as you want to be.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your information, and we definitely appreciate it.
You
Oh,
welcome.
hold on. I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo?
Mm-mm. I don't. Not on this end. I don't hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. I just had two questions actually that I wanted to ask. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but my first question was about um truth seekers that want to talk about everything that's actually going on in the universe, and trying to find and develop genuine connections with others that are
Like
also
man.
seeking truth. Among all the programming that people are going through right now, it's hard to find genuine connections. It's hard to find genuine friends to talk about these things. It's hard to find relationships, so I just wanted to know your thoughts on that.
When you have a difficult time finding like-minded people, it's because the universe had you in isolation. It's a lot of people that's like-minded and that's good quality people, but you can't see them right now because you're supposed to be in your isolation stage. Before you become the
Mm,
butterfly, you have to first go into the cocoon.
mm,
You in the part where you can't see none of them because your vision is veiled from them, so that you could do your isolation work. Your isolation period is the time when you do the self work. You do your cleansing, your meditations, you get your focus, and you
mm,
determine how can I make my life heaven on earth. That's the only thing that you're concerned about during the isolation period. But as you develop the program, your isolation, the people start straggling in slow at first, and then you get a wave of people that come
mm.
in, depending on what you're doing. But the isolation period is for the self work. We all go through it. I see the answer
Okay.
processing for you.
Okay. um, yeah, no, that definitely hits. Um, I also had a question about the 13th sign, off Eucus, or the 13th constellation, if you had some words on that.
The real 13th seat is called the Great Mother Seat, a Tower Red. It's the eye. It's the um, point in the eye. That's the black dot. It's the symbolism for it, right? So when your pupil dilate in the darkness, this is the opening up of the mind's eye to see through the darkness. So it's allowing more light to be captured by the optic nerves and the cones in the back of the eye. So the true 13th seat is called the Queen Mother seat, and it's a reference to the Great Mother Taweret, who was the first symbol that was used to depict the deity on earth. It's the oldest god known on earth is Taweret, other than earth
Um,
itself.
okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate the information.
You're welcome, sweetie.
That's all. That's all I have. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Thank you
Maybe
for
we'll
coming
see
up
us
and
through.
asking your question.
Sorry, was that?
I said, thank you for coming up and asking your question. Maybe somebody got
Yes, thank you
something.
for sharing your information. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right. I'll talk to you
Everybody
later.
on here, keep speaking your truth. Blessings and love to y'all.
All right, sweetie. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye bye.
Somebody had asked about LSD. LSD is synthetic psilocybin. It's man-made psilocybin. It's using the chemical composition of the psilocybin um, in order to make a synthetic substance.
Ha 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 ha!
Peace,
Big
peace,
brother.
peace, my man. How can I help you today?
Come on, man. You remember Zoe. You remember me. I was going to ask you to leave. I would bring Zoe on here. It was a while ago. You ain't got to remember. I just wanted to say what's up, man. Peace
Oh,
and love.
appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
I ain't got no questions because we talk in a different way, man.
Hmm.
I'm DeAnthony from Detroit.
Yeah,
Givens.
yeah. Matter of fact, you got Facebook?
Yeah.
Inbox me on Wild Hayes so we can link up.
I already know that. Man, all I want to do, I want to say you do what you got to do, and you are always there for people who understand. Mother sucker traveled through the skies, traveled through minds, traveled through hearts.
I don't want to take up much time. I ain't got no questions because ever since we've been talking, we hit on more deeper of a level than anything. And I go through things I go through. We come back to reality with these mother suckers because it don't matter what I was taking through, what anything is. That light gonna shine and we gonna shoot that love up.
Yeah.
And the sun gonna put it back on us. We're gonna cry, we're gonna do whatever we wanna do. But at the end of the day, can't nothing fuck with us. Cause we got the big mama, we got the family, we got the papa, we got the co-creators of creation in here with us. And that's on the inside. I do want you to talk about these different colors of corn and then the dance of the different colors of people. Because if we share that, them things run together with me because the corn is different colors and everybody dance is different. So I would like you to touch on that, my good sir. But I just wanted to say what's up, and we always have our conversations, and I appreciate you, my brother. Big
Okay.
mama drop
Appreciate
and ain't nobody touching nobody. I seen you in that white suit. Talking about you ain't want no monkey suit. You would fly. But
it.
anyway, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that wasn't no suit. That was a two-piece Hindu outfit.
It looked regal.
That wasn't no monkey suit. That was
No,
one.
I know you said you hated monkey suits.
Yeah, I hate them. The pale suits are Masonic.
I was saying you looked at fly. You don't come around Big Mama if you ain't got your wife. Now you gotta fight and you gotta eat a lot of stuff. But I want you to talk about the I'm gonna talk about the correlation between the corn
Go ahead,
and
tell
the
us about
different
it, man.
dance.
Put it out there. Give you something to talk about while you go up here.
Because you said every color corn is a representation of the different tribes. And every tribe got a different dance no matter what. And then we keep each other fresh by meeting new tribes and intermingling and teaching each other to dance. So now we got 2-year-olds who come out automatically doing the new dance, but not understanding that this is in their soul. It ain't no new dance. And it's like I want to say popcorn music to influence them, but they influence it more than these things ever touch our children because they show the cascading love that our parents never knew they left. My dad, he died, and he didn't know the mark he left. He did not know what the mark he left is because he died from their system. He was doing drugs. It gave him a new heart. Whatever story they gave me, he died because he went back and they gave him a bad batch. But the thing is, no matter how he feared when he died, his he had 5 children, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
got about 25 of them. So our 25 is leaving nothing but the cascading beauty that's that's dancing. And there's so much joy in our family. Like little girls argue, boys argue, father and sons argue. But when we get together, man, we cook and we have such a joy and beauty like cousins that ain't seen each other in a long time and automatically just take care of each other. And then that even spread out more like my daughter and my sister, her godson. She like, don't you be talking to my god brother like that? So it's such a beautiful protection and I will put it once that what was when the sun did that eclipse and Big Mom was talking about that was me today. Come on, man, them birds. Let's just go. I'm glad you picked on me because look, ain't nothing but love out here. And I don't care what they do. We're gonna stand up for it. And they can't beat us. And we all going through the same thing. And they not gonna beat us because they just want to learn something. Man, we ain't gonna do them like they did us. Ain't no sun coming down, ain't no floods coming around. Everybody go get that good loving back into the fold. I
Yeah,
just wanted to hit that.
yeah. Love them back into the circle.
They got no choice.
That's the you telling the people how our culture operate that's different than this new culture that they trying to force upon us. Because this where the concept of the family reunion come from. That don't come from nowhere in the world but here. The whole idea of a family reunion only comes from here. We've been doing it for thousands of years. People in other parts of the world don't do family reunions. We do family reunions. Ain't no big eyes and no little U's. We just need to know who we related to so we can know how to respect them when we bump into them in foreign places.
And then look, it's only one faith. So I got this one thing. If I got time, I can read it. But I researched June. I researched June the 4th, and on June the 4th, they say the so-called Torah came down. But the thing is, all three of them, everybody respect the same damn mountain. So why isn't it? Why did they say it's different faiths and just not the one? Because they want to take something from anything. But the whole point of the thing was the spirit came down to everybody. Now you can classify it however they want, right? But I have learned from what I have been through, if I had to speak about the prime curator or God to anybody, I would. It ain't no names. It's above names. I just do this. That's it. That,
So everybody got a crash out in their family, right? But it's only one person that can make the crash out back down, and she called mama.
she told me, let
She
me
the
see
only
it
one
there.
can. The brothers be like, man, I ain't finna tell that clown nothing. He about to tear something up. You better get out of his way. They already know how he cut. The only one can carry, hey boy, bring your little nappy head tail on over here and get out there. Let them people go about their business. Okay, mama. But then it's gonna come a time in his life he might know 1,000 women. It's just gonna be one. If he hear her voice and he acting up, and she like, "What you think you doing?" Oh, baby, I was just no. That's that mitochondrial switch. Mama gonna use you to test every woman you encounter until she find the one that's gonna love you unconditionally. And then when mama leaves, she's leaving her as your host, your mitochondrial host. That's the sacred union of the true marriage of the heavenly ones married in a heavenly place that's being played out on earth. It's
And
all
there's nothing you
spiritual.
can do. It is,
This,
and it's
this is why
beautiful.
they say don't be unevenly yoked. When your mama tell you that girl ain't no good for you, you don't believe her, and then you get drugged through the mud because you ain't listened to your mama when she told you the girl wasn't no good out the gate because you thought you knew better because your heart felt for this female more than it did for the wisdom your mama was dropping on you. We all got them. Like I got sisters and cousins right now. If I bring a rotten bitch around, they
Go
calling her
get
on her
them.
bullshit out the gate. I can't bring her around them and she ain't no rider because they gonna tear her apart. It's gonna be putting a bleeding goldfish in a bucket of piranhas.
But Mama don't change her mind. She might say the first instinct of it is the truth. Now you can hear whatever you want to hear, but the first thing that Mama say is the truth. If Mama plead the case, you gonna have to go back and remember. You,
Mhm.
it ain't no new shit. It ain't because of what had happened and this and that. No, longevity is only in our time. Like I was just talking about the cascade and things. Um, what happened before it has no bearing on the new side of new revelations or anything. So when Mama said at first, this gonna hold even above Mama trying to say a different way next time because it
Mhm.
is what it is.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, she ain't gonna change what she told you.
Never. She only
She
gonna
gonna,
change the way
she gonna
for
change the way she explained it to you because she's still trying to get it through your thick ass skull. That
thick
mama done
ass.
been there, baby. She done that. She know what you're going through because she done been through it herself. She already telling you from experience, but we don't want to listen. Look, this how mama test her. Mama is connected to son through unconditional love in the heart chakra. It's
Mama
a
was 60 today. My mama turned 60 today. Just want to throw that one out there. She
happy
just
solar
turned.
return, mama. But look,
Woo.
so while mama loved the son unconditionally, the only way that she could telepathically communicate with a suitor is her love have to be equally unconditional. This is what Freud called the Oedipus complex. The
Said
son,
Oedipus.
The Oedipus complex, where the son
Oedipus.
have a predisposition, ain't got nothing to do with her marrying a mama. It got everything to do with her finding somebody that vibrate on the unconditional love frequency. And once you find that female, they talking telepathically, and you the jumper station and don't even know it. They communicate because they both love you the same unconditionally.
And
I
they got
love
the
you for
same
free.
way act. They got the same acts. They got the same ways of.
In a lot of ways, they are very similar. And this
Mhm.
is why he called it the Oedipus complex, right? And he turned it into a psychological um, um, diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, the father's job for the daughter, right, is similar. He can't allow her to have a son with a guy that's not equally as protective of her as he is, right? If they have a baby, it can only be a girl. The reward come in is that the father will say, "This dude, will look out for my daughter like me." And the reward is when you hit the jackpot. You have a son, right?
That was the first one.
Right. Because this is the gift from the fatherland, the Y chromosome haplogroup,
I'm
right?
gonna have to
So,
watch this again. Come on, please don't
so
stop.
remember the Y chromosome is continuously scanned by the X. So the better of a person you are, the cleaner the scan is, the better replica quality of the child of the father. That's why you got some dude children look just like him, and then some children like, it might be his,
it might be, yeah. But no,
right?
I
You
know
gotta
yours and
actually
mine.
take, yeah, you have to actually take a blood test. But some people you can look
No,
at them,
man.
look at, oh, that's definitely his son.
No,
That's
I ain't
because,
had none of them blood tests. They
right,
look
you come,
Zoe.
the baby
Let's say
came,
bye to bride.
the baby,
Remember she did the go
yeah,
ahead.
the baby comes through in what you call from a pure place. There's
Man,
no
talk
there's
to
no
you, sis.
negative karma on the developing child. So he began to take on the best characteristics of the father. That's how genetics is controlled through spirit.
Okay, I got one boy, three girls. You met Zoe. I don't know if you remember you met Zoe. You did the rap about
Mhm.
going to high school. Yeah, yeah, come on. I ain't gonna play with you, mother sucker. She in
Where's she at?
soccer now. She doing good. Zoe, come here. She did the beatbox and she rapped this harmony now. Look, I put her on there. That's
Hey,
harmony.
Steve, how you doing?
Look, she out there. Look, they all look. I couldn't question it if I want to. Come on, come say hi to Rob. Look, we ain't worried about hairdos. All our hair look the same.
Hey,
Remember? Look, she graduated 5th grade, brother.
oh,
I'm going into middle
congratulations,
school.
Steve.
No, I graduated fourth. Fifth grade is in middle school.
Excuse me. Yeah, and she got good flow now. Um, we
Hey, look,
moving like you said. I'm talking to you on
that's baby
Facebook.
big mama right there. That's you
Man,
ought to give
come
that for
on,
a rap
all
number.
of you see what you look. Ain't they
Look,
on
that's
my
baby big
head?
mama.
She don't play
You call her baby big mama because she corrected you immediately.
immediately. All
No
I'm doing.
hesitation. She wasn't scared to say it. She was confident in what she was saying. And she explained to you the difference in the two things that you've been pointing out.
That's why I knew. Cause remember you read the first time, but she's in a little acting school. She's doing her thing. The boy, it happened a little different, but we great now. He got his own car. He got his own place. And now it's the girls. But the girl, I'm telling you, it's nothing. Hey, come on, don't do that word. It's nothing but cascading. No matter what how I die is, the covenant is solidified because no matter what I do, they're gonna grow, and, and that righteousness that come from the sun, that come from us, that come from the light. And not even saying darkness is a bad thing, but be put in this place and captive.
Yeah.
So no matter what the hell I went through, and we can get into it, me and you personal, but it don't matter. It only brought grapes to the wine. It only fermented everything because nothing
That's
can
all they're
be
supposed
stopped.
to do. Everything
Ooh.
you go through is part of developing who you're gonna become when you get to your destination of father is the greatest title a man can ever ask for.
What's the word you said? You said the something of the father. It was a while ago in the video. It's called the showing of the father, how the father grow up, how the father become. Okay, so I can explain it without just guessing the damn words. Like I've been a father and a son. This is the only way I know how to see the Creator in this life. Now, a mother and a daughter know a different way, but I know how to be a father and a son, and to be a great father. Your son asks you for anybody asks you for food, you ain't gonna give him a rock. So we can
Right.
hit the sepulcher, we can hit everything, but I know that the truth is here. And we can call it the heart, whatever you want, but that shit gonna make your head tingle. It's gonna make your feet tingle, and your whole body gonna feel so much joy just at these thoughts in exchange. We gonna
Man,
keep it right
I
here.
look at my children, I just be smiling just as big. I tell you, father is the greatest title a man can ever ask for.
Woo! Be gifted, granted. First of all, you even said it when you looked at Zoe. You said that you might as well just call her Big Mama. Don't hug her too hard because it's gonna hurt her arms with the wind.
Yes, sir.
Hey, like you said, I'm gonna get with you. I've been doing a lot of writing lately. I'm gonna let other people go if you have one more time for somebody else, because you are a damn treasure and a gift to a lot of people. But definitely I want to get to you. What's your Facebook?
Rod Hayes.
Oh, you back? Okay, you just back at the regular Rye Hayes.
Yeah.
All right, well I'm on you. And you remember I invited you to Forks Grill. This is why I started cooking back again. So bring your ass down to Detroit and come eat a little bit, Mr. Chief.
We put something together. Inbox
I
me.
know, Cal, know what you do, man. Don't tell me shit. I seen you working out and all the boxing and all the work you have put in. You used to be skinny. I seen this skinny nigga. It was a skinny ride. Talking about I just quit my job before.
Yeah,
I tried.
it was GM. But look,
Okay,
I
one
was
of them.
I was doing all these back to back fasts back then,
Mm-hmm.
and it took away a lot of my weight. I lost about 70 pounds.
My son, he did a 30-day fast. The son used his name DeAnthony, same as me. Um, he on this road too. I'm just saying, I seen you skinny. I seen you with big muscles and can fight, but don't fight nobody. The thing about the Hulk, the reason why he was the greatest is because he could destroy everybody and didn't want to fight a damn thing. And this is why I fucks with you, because like nobody can make you mad. I'm still working on that shit in me. You put in a lot of damn work, and we do not put a lot of work in like King do the motherfucker. King Kong, call yourself whatever you want. I call you my brother. I've been following you for a while, as just as long as anybody. All I'm saying is I don't care about what anybody say. When you bring the positive vision that you have in your head about everything into anything, this is the key. You might say I don't mess with that person, but you never dog on them or down on them for anything. And you don't send people for dumbass wars. I'm fucking with you, brother. You introduced me to a lot of things. I heard the birds. I heard Big Mama. I seen the phoenix in the sky. I can go on and on. I do the sun staring. I hopefully Ty's retired. I'm going on a lot. Hopefully Ty's is on that beach, whatever he want to do. But mother
Okay,
sucker.
but we just got to create the ability for him to not have to keep running himself ragged, and we working on it. We ain't there yet. And
No,
Yeah, Dr. G been looking out for him, making sure he don't overwork himself. But she can only do so much because she can make suggestions. She can't tell him what to do. He gonna do what he gonna
he
do.
gonna be building
If,
shelves and look, he
yeah,
gonna be doing shit.
well, he do that. That's his hobby slash side hustle. It's something that he'd love to do.
He
He'd
ain't
do
gonna
that.
never stay and do it for free.
Yeah, he'll do it for free. So that's how you be productive in life. You find something you love to do that you're willing to do for free, and that's what you do. And people will honor you, and they'll make you take a payment even if you don't want one.
After they made your ass take a payment, you ain't never want a payment.
Yeah, my feelings used to get hurt when people used to ask for my cash out.
I
But
know
I
that. They
understand
made
that.
you take it.
Yeah, I understand the law of reciprocity, and as doing the work that I'm doing, I'm not supposed to tell somebody you can't send me nothing because it's blocking their blessing, not mine. They trying to give me a blessing in order to open up theirs. So the channel of reciprocity.
Hey, you gave a shout out for look, much as my brother know, you just gave a shout out for learning something. And a lot of people, I mean, everybody can do that.
Yeah,
I just appreciate you did it right now because they freaking forced you. They forced you to take the kind of thing. Like you better take it. And they didn't force you because ain't nobody gonna force Rod to do shit.
I
But you
know
was
what you
like, all
mean.
right.
I know what you're talking about. But they kept on asking.
Because we don't charge for gifts that's our it's a hobby. It's a
Look, I tell
hobby.
people this all the time. I don't charge for information because my brother and sister bought all the books already. They paid for it.
You
All the
taught
stuff.
yourself courses. You
Right? Yeah. I wrote my own curriculum.
that's what you taught me.
Yeah. I wrote
That's
my
what you
own
taught
curriculum.
me. I'm from Detroit City, man. You popped up at the divine timing. Divine timing is a motherfucker. Um, we taking all the perversion out of everything, and like I say, I appreciate you. I like the hair you got going on now. You getting it together. Look, it's wild. It is what it is, but it naturally grown.
Yep, but I want to get mine platted up if I can find somebody that can braid it at this length.
Man, you know everybody. Stop anyway. I ain't messing
You
with
see
you.
me pop on here looking like I got baby dreads.
You might as well, cause look, they be sticking up sometimes. Just stick right up in the ear, man.
Look,
Um,
we got Lansing checking in.
what I went through, it kind of naturally grew 'em. I went through this thing, and I won't say it was like things trying to get at me. It was only learning and teaching. I cannot fault anything that made me stronger. No matter how low I thought I was, no matter what, I learned how to lay down in a bed of roses and be content and be all right and wake up the next day like everything is already presented, water, clothes, however I want to figure it. Most people couldn't understand it, but it's not up to most people to understand it. I woke up, needed nothing, had nothing, and was all right. People came and got me though and took me to jail. I had a bag full of like bitter herbs and stuff. I learned how to taste. I learned how the herbs taste. I learned how to be fed in this mother sucker.
Hmm.
So I can't consider this experience anything but great.
Look, you don't never hear me crying about doing 16 years.
Man,
Look,
come on.
listen, the reason you don't hear me crying about it, I didn't do the time didn't do me. I used the time.
And then how many people, okay, it was this poem I read the other day. How many fatherless children, how much love and expression did you like okay, you did 16 years, but it was okay, I'm tingling. It was somebody every day who got guidance in a different way to help them be better. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying that the system is that's what it's but in that you it's people who actually was helped. Like you said, I made millionaires. Motherfucker came in there broke. And when they left, they got out here and did something and became a millionaire. Now these everybody want a attrition like a recipe of books. So you need the Bible, or you need Narcotics Anonymous, or you need Alcoholics Anonymous. Um, it's a whole way of things that they put that made them to their success, but never the people in the dichotomy of the heart. Because you can read anything you want to read, but that shit ain't gonna get out here and effectively do anything. You got a dogma that you believe in, and if we put dogma backwards, that's like am God. I'm not insinuating anything, but it's in transliteration, any vowel is replaceable. So what you actually learning is a way to study yourself, and that's that I'm God kind of thing. And I just popped that one right there.
Yeah. But the MA at the end of dogma is also for mother.
Ma, come on. She said, wisdom said, I was here before everything was formed. Wisdom. So, like we was talking about the three who honor everything. They always want to down the mama. No, the mother. Who's the first God we know when we born? The first God you know is mother. The first thing you know. Honor all the laws of your mother. We can go into any of that, but as my mother told me, when you read that shit, you better consult with your heart first. In the closest place that you can ever pray, like we praying now. The closest thing you ever pray to God is right here in the heart.
If you say it in your heart, that's where the love resides. That's where the ear of God is listed. You don't gotta say it out your mouth.
You don't. It's best that you don't because sometimes it go a lot of different ways out your mouth.
Yeah.
But
The frequency,
mhm.
the projection of the sound like a bullhorn. It goes in the small, out the small hole of the mouth, and broad and expands into. It causes the butterfly effect that produces a Mandela effect.
But here's the thing: to take pervert, we can talk however we talk, but to take the perversion out, to take the perversion that's pressed upon us. Oh, so you this way and that way. The perversion is having any opinion that's not your own. That you're not. That you just want to group with. This is the perversion, and that shit snowballs in any way. My question now, I don't know if I'm taking too much time, but it's the captivity part of how sometimes in our old age, once we hold certain things for so long, it lasts out. Like my uncle, he didn't cuss he wasn't cuss. He was such a cool karate guy, tuba playing, but he had his stroke, right? And after the stroke, he cussed, what the fuck? I want some beep, bloop, bloop, bloop. You know what I'm saying? What's this thing?
So, what you explaining, this is what happened. Suppressing the self, whatever you suppress is gonna come out sooner or later. So his eruption came out in the form of a stroke. Then his true self stepped forward and say, "Fuck what you talking about. Fuck who you telling."
He was still cool as motherfucker, but
Yeah,
he was
but
more of a you know what I'm saying? He was more of a
I
kung
know what you're
fu
talking about because
teaching.
he was using so much self discipline
Ooh.
that the discipline became an anchor, and the only way to break free was for the stroke to make him revert back to um, his true self.
Balance. You talking balance, Mr. Good Sir.
Yeah,
Before he left, he was very much his balance had equaled out.
and he knew exactly when to cuss you out and when not to.
Now he never cussed me out. He used to
Not you
only thing
per
he
se,
said he
but
talk about the women, you know what I'm saying? Or you gotta get you know what I'm saying?
he,
It wasn't some if people was messing him over, but for me, nope, he was
he
always the
know
perfect
who to
uncle.
curse out and who not to curse out.
He taught
After
the old ways, like
Mhm.
pushing down the trees and gardening, and even still after that, he never was like that up until the day he died. Now maybe at his son because of whatever they was going through. But for me, he was the perfect uncle. Even in that, I used to just die about it. Like, hey, look here, nephew.
yeah. Hey, so let me take. I want to take about two more people before I
Please,
wrap it up.
please. Hey, I appreciate you, man.
All the time, man. All the
Hey,
time.
I'm on you. I'm about to inbox your ass. I'm inbox you here too, man. I love you, man. And thank
All
y'all
right.
for listening to us for that long, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Okay.